Okay.
I doubt very seriously. You do have pseudo cosmetology where they're using words like natural, but historically, hair. Well, not historically, but biologically speaking,
Right.
hair is an appendage of your skin.
True.
So all cosmetologists know that hair is real, but there is propaganda in the industry. And so the propaganda is usually coming from outside of the industry. And so that takes over. So the mindset, and just listening to what you guys were talking about today, it just kind of show you how that type of outside influence that comes from outside can manipulate people into thinking something is very real.
Okay.
From a
So
relationship.
tell
Set
me,
me straight.
like I'm so pro weave, y'all. I swear, I like the weave. I want to wear the inches that come down to my legs. Like, tell me, what is the difference, and how does it make you feel to wear your own hair, and what's the difference from having the extensions, and how healthy can it be to actually treat your own hair?
Well, first of all, hair, it's art. So to say or to, to just impose the notion that anyone who expands their features with something extra is somehow they're less than and better than, that's shaming, that's abusive, that's the American way.
Right.
Yeah, and that's what we do in America. If you don't look like me, we shame you.
Right.
And so, but as Africans, we know that we love to embellish everything.
Absolutely.
So once we learn our culture, no matter where you're from, then that just kind of falls by the wayside. But to embellish yourself with hair, I think that's innate, that's human. Birds want to look good.
Right. Yeah, that's true.
Have you ever seen a bird
That's true.
do a bird bath?
Somebody asked me.
Oh my gosh, the birds, they get jiggy with it. They just
Somebody asked me, and I'm gonna ask you, and I'm gonna ask the audience as well. Somebody asked me a question and said, "Why do black women wear blonde hair? Does it make us think that we look like white women?"
No.
I think we look good in it.
Yes,
I think
we
we
do.
look
Yes,
better
we
than
do.
them in it. I love blonde hair, but doesn't that damage the hair for us to turn our color?
Well, there's two challenges in your statement. Number one, when you're saying things like black women, blonde hair, so we know that the African diaspora is real, correct? That mankind was founded in the interior of Africa near Ethiopia.
Right.
So we're all Africans. So the Africans come in various phenotypes. So there's the equator, so the equatorial line does not stop at Africa. It goes all around the world. So that means people can be of different color, have different hair textures, no matter what color they are.
Right.
Because I was born with blonde hair. My natural hair color is
Right.
blonde.
Blonde hair
too.
is not, for people
Yeah, mine's is blonde.
of lighter complexion. So blonde hair can be on people of varying hues. So that's one for sure. And then two, everything that can compromise the integrity of the hair. So hair is protein. So as long as you are replacing the protein back into the hair will be perfectly fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I got a question, and this kind of personal, but you deal with hair, and I'm pretty sure your hair, your teachings and your understanding can vary from both male and female, correct?
Absolutely.
So I suffer from alopecia. What can I do to help? I got certain areas on my head are starting to regrow hair.
Yes.
For a long time. Like this section of my head no longer grows.
Yeah.
I got spots in the back, and my beard on this side doesn't grow anymore. So when I fully grow my hair out, I got no facial hair anymore, but down in here it's starting to grow back. I didn't change nothing. I don't feel like I changed anything, and I don't feel like I changed anything for it to happen. But is there something that I could do aside from shots and creams that could help counteract the effects of alopecia?
Well, first I have to clarify that I'm not a doctor, but what we do know for sure is that alopecia is definitely an immune. It's from your immune system. So we encourage everyone to start from within. Anytime you're having a problem with your hair, 9 times out of 10 it's an internal process because your hair reflects the inner workings of your body. So what we teach everyone is that your hair does something called atom breaks. And atom breaks is a fancy word for tell a story. Your hair is going to tell us a story whether you say it or not. And if you have the skill set, if you have the training, then we can tell you exactly what your hair is talking to us about.
Okay.
So for you, that's definitely saying boost your immune system. So start from within, so you're gonna eat your way. The hair, when it's not, in the case of alopecia, there's a communication flaw where the hair doesn't know like where to go. So when you drink more water, you help with cellular communication. So definitely you want to increase your water intake. So these things don't necessarily stop alopecia, but they increase the likelihood of your body doing what it's supposed to do naturally. And so if you start with some immune boosters, there's so many out here. You can go to a Whole Foods store, you can talk to your doctor about it, or a holistic practitioner. And from within, we see good results in our salon.
Okay.
And so you couple that with what your doctor says, and then you are pretty much well on your way.
Listen, if I drink any more water, I'm a damn drown. Like I do. No, seriously, I drink predominance of my fluid intake is water.
But if the cells are coated with toxins, then the water would be ineffective.
Okay.
So you may want to start to detox some organs before you sleep. Absolutely.
Okay, Miss Rice.
Exactly.
And so we want to know about what they don't tell you at the hair salon. This is her book. She has a book out. Yes, this is her book. And she has a book that says what they don't tell. And they don't, when I first started cosmetology, I never knew you wasn't supposed to slap the perm on your whole head.
Oh, man.
I never knew that. So in combing, you wasn't supposed to comb it through. So I was taking that perm, I was combing it through. I was waiting for it to burn my scalp. I was in there like this. Hold on, 2 more minutes. I gotta get this. But you don't have to do that, right?
Correct. So the top 3 things, these are my 3 message prong strategy here. So the top 3 things they don't tell you at the hair salon is number 1, race has nothing to do with hair. So I'm traveling all around the world to debunk and to reveal the reality that the classification of human beings is, 1, is very flawed, and number 2, is not real. And that's an American thought process more so than other parts of the world. But there are caste systems in other countries, but in the United States, we are big on complexion and peace and black power and that type of stuff. But, it's okay. I'm not telling people to walk away from what they believe in. However, race is very pseudo. So that's number 1. It has nothing to do with hair. Your hair texture and your hair type is a genetic assignment. That's just the bottom line.
Absolutely.
Okay, and so that's number 1. Number 2, healthy hair is an inside job. Hair care products, styling tools, hairstylists. We make hair no more healthy than your dry cleaners can take your cheap, outfit into leather. We just can't do it. That's
what if you wash it enough times and iron it?
Listen, that's called cardboard.
You know what they say? You can't take a bologna sandwich to a bank. No matter how you dress it up, it's still bologna. So that we want people to know that when your hair is compromised, do not run to the hair salon. Do not go down the hair care aisles. Open up your refrigerator. You ask yourself 5 questions. The first thing you want to ask yourself is, am I getting enough rest? Because when you sleep, your body repairs itself. Number 2, am I having bowel movements? If you're not boo-booing, you ain't having healthy hair. You got to get on the toilet. You got to get rid of it.
Take a shit if your hair is hit. I like that.
You got to get your blood.
I was wondering why my hair wasn't growing because I'm a boo-boo in
You got to boo-boo. So you want to exercise, and of course you want to eat your way, and then 3, you want to drink lots of water. So anytime the hair is compromised, 9 times out of 10, it's the diet, it's the water, it's those things. That's what we see. And then last but not least, when it comes to healthy hair and hair care, it's only about 3 things: the right products, the right tools, and the right techniques. Everything else is bull, fragger, pagger, knackle.
Whoa, hold on, wait. I'm sorry, wait. It's what?
Bull, fragger, pagger, knackle.
Somebody write that down.
Right.
If her hair is down to her butt, she is boo-booing a lot.
Right.
Oh, you take a lot of shit.
Oh, baby, you got your edges. You shitting right. That's what I'm talking about.
Okay, so tell us when your book
Excuse the
signing is, because we
vulgarity.
want to get people to come out. And if
Yes,
the audience, if
yes.
y'all want to, she is having a book signing. Can you tell them what date, what time, the place?
Yes. So the book signing is going to be at the Salon. That's the Revers Design Team Hair Salon on Sunday, November the 18th, between 4 to 6 p.m. It is a chat and chew discussion, so we are going to offer some light hors d'oeuvres. And Raquel Armstrong, the microphone diva who was here, that's how I met you guys, she's going to be our moderator. And what we're saying as I go on this book tour, it's time for a new conversation about hair. The
Absolutely.
natural hair movement, they have everybody messed up. You know, this whole natural hair thing it's got out of control. So we got to get back and we have to meet people where they are, and we have to help out. And cosmetologists, we are professional, we are licensed, and you know, we're smart. We're pretty smart people. They don't think that we are, but I'm out. You know, that's what this book is for.
We
It's for
study
cosmetologists.
anatomy. We
Yeah.
smart.
All right, so I'm gonna ask that question:
Yeah, so
Are you for or against the creamy crack?